What's good, everybody? It's your girlfriend Chanela here, and today I'm back with another 50-50 map, this time between Australia and New Zealand. So, without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Alright, looks like we are in a place. Do we have any bollards visible? I don't see any bollards. I do see this flag, which is like a red flag, but I'm like, it doesn't look like it's gonna be Australia or New Zealand, like from like how big that red strip is. Like it might be like a regional or like a brand flag or something. What am I thinking here? Kind of like a rocky cliff. We see the water. Warning, live cables authorized entry only, TM. I feel like we're starting off with kind of like a difficult one. Like I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm gonna start with New Zealand. I feel like maybe like near Auckland. All right, we were in the right country, so it's one for the 50-50 counter. We were in Christchurch, actually, or like kind of like a little bit outside of it. This feels like Australia without even like moving like NMPZ. Gonna spin around because I feel like we're gonna have bollards or something available. Okay, we don't have any bollards, but like this just feels so Australian to me, and I could not explain to you why. Like I don't know if it's like the tint of the coverage or like the trees or something, but this just feels so Australian. I'm going to go in the middle of like New South Wales, like over here. All right, we were in Tasmania, so I think that makes sense. Like I feel like I always think places in Australia look like Tasmania, even though they're not. But I didn't think it that time, but we were in the right country, so that's one for the 50-50. We have a pole here with uneven pole top, 2 coils on one side, 1 on the other. And we have this like white band around the middle of the pole. It feels a little bit more like a New Zealand pole than a Australia pole to me. And kind of just like the hilly nature of everything feels more New Zealand. I will go near Hanmer Springs in the South Island. All right, we were in the right country, so we'll take it. We were in the North Island, kind of close to Raglan. Okay. It feels like Australia right off the bat. We have white outer lines, white dash middle. No bollards visible, but that is okay. I think there's like very flat land around us, like there's no mountains, no rocks or anything. A lot of just like grass and like fields. And this type of tree, which I feel like I want to go in like South Australia. We'll see where we are. All right, we were actually in NSW. No, wait, we were in Victoria. But we got the right country. So 4 so far. We have this green pole with like the possum guard. I think that's what this like band thing is around the top. I'll turn around. Giveaway. Now, is the giveaway in red text ever? Because if it's in red text, it's New Zealand. That's like one way to tell New Zealand and Australia apart, especially if like you're newer to the game, is the giveaway text like in the center of the triangle. If it's in black, it's in Australia, and if it's in red, it's New Zealand. If you're debating between the two, of course. There are other countries that speak English and drive on the left side of the road, but if you're just stuck between those two, then yeah, the red text in the middle could give it away if you see that. Okay, so green pole, a yellow like sticker or something on the pole, the green possum guard. I can't tell what color this text is. It feels like it's too far away. Like I want to say it looks red, but I don't know. Tasker electrical. TM Foley. Like I don't see any like city names or anything here. This license plate has a little bit of blue at the bottom. Oh, but someone, okay, they're driving on the right. Yellow plate. So is it ever NSW? Like in, I feel like because of the green poles on the left side of the road and well, they're both on the left side of the road. The green poles and like, I can't tell what color this text is. Like, I feel like if I go like Taz in Australia and that's a red text, then I'm going to be like, no, I should have went New Zealand. But I don't know if I'm getting New Zealand vibes from this one, so I'll go here in Taz. Oh, okay, cool. All right, so we were in the right country, first of all. Second of all, we got the right region. We were in Tasmania, and we got 4.5, which is really, really good score, so just wins all around. And we got 13K there, not bad. Let's keep going. All right, this is the first time I think we have bollards, so I can talk about the bollards a little bit. So these are New Zealand bollards. New Zealand bollards on the left are gonna have like, it looks like a white rectangle in the middle and like red rectangles on the left and right, but I feel like it's just like one red sticker kind of wrapped around the back. And then the other bollard, which I don't know if there's one visible on this side because it might be in the grass. Usually it's just like a red sticker, but this one appears to be green, which is interesting and not the huge. But you can see over here, like the back is like, yeah, the red sticker wrapped around. So because of this bollard, we know we're in New Zealand and not Australia. And then we have large, like, hilly mountains in the back, but is that ever Taranaki, like, all the way in the back? Is this a mountain? I think that might be a mountain, like, very, like, far in the back, if you can see, like, here where I'm circling with my mouse, between the hills. So am I, like, maybe I'm, like, here, Makoya, or it could be a different mountain, I don't know, but I feel like that's what it's giving. Okay, well, we were all the way on the opposite side of New Zealand, but we still got the 50-50 right, so we'll take that. We were down here, and what is the mountain we were seeing in the back? Because it was, like, the peak of something. I'm not sure exactly, but that is okay. We will keep going. All right, this feels like TAS coverage again. I don't know if this is the same exact location that we had before, but I literally think, like, it feels exactly the same. So if it's not the same, let me know down below. But I think this is Tasmania for sure. All right, perf. I think it might have been the exact same place. We were in the nature reserve here in Tasmania, and we got 4.96, which is only like 40 points off of perfect. We have white outer, white dash middle. I'm feeling Australia off the bat. Okay, and then here's an example of an Australian bollard. If you're like new to seeing what the bollards look like, we have white bollards on both sides, and then Australia, they're going to be like red rectangles on the left hand side and gray rectangles on the right, although sometimes like it might be like hidden by the grass or something. So I feel like the left one might be like the most differentiated between Australia and New Zealand if you're stuck between the two. Is it giving a specific area of Australia? I feel like maybe Victoria. Okay, wow. Clearly need to work on my Australia region guessing, but that is okay for the 50-50 counter, so we'll add one up there. And we were in Queensland, near Agnes Water. Oh gosh, this is like a national park car or something? Oh my, or like a buggy? I have never seen this car, so this may be the first fill here. These tires look like they're low-key like ones you'd see on like a toy car or something like that, and like there's like this back of the truck. What is this car? I've never seen this car before. And this front, like, I low-key doesn't even look like a car hood. Like, it looks like an orb or something. We see like water in the back, like a river, and we're in some sort of rocky mountain. I have no clue where we are. If I had to guess, maybe more Australia to me, and like maybe I'd go like an island or like one of the national parks or something, but I've never seen this car in Australia or New Zealand before. I will go here on Flinders Island. Okay. We were just in New Zealand, so womp womp, end of our 50-50 streak there. We are on the Clutha River, Mata'ao. Okay. Well, good to know. If I see that like orb-like front of the car, then we are in New Zealand in South Island. Okay. These trees are giving Australia to me off the bat. There's yellow numbers on this pole, which I feel like I remembered at some point was a meta for somewhere in Australia, but I don't know where. Reddish dirt. Trees with the green at the top. I feel like it's Australia again. And I want to go in Victoria. I'll go down here. Okay, so we were in Victoria in Australia, so we actually got a pretty decent region guess, even though we only got 3,000 there. We'll definitely take that. And we got 10,000. Okay, let's keep going. All right, red dirt. A little bit of like a red front of the car, unless it's like the dirt reflecting onto the car, but I think it's a red car. There's a blur going on here, or just like, you know, a second chop of this tree, because we can see like the outer branches appear twice. Something is growing on this tree, but I don't know what. Very like flat land around us, but like grass and like stuff like growing out of it, so it's not like barren. There's occasional trees that are kind of like a dark olive green on average on top. There's a couple of like dead bushes on the side of the road. Red dirt, Australia makes me think like Western Australia, so I'll go near Mount Magnet and we'll see where we are. All right, so not a bad region guess. We were in Western Australia, a little bit further down the route, closer to Boonteen Nature Reserve. Okay. We have Australian bollards, so a red rectangle on the left, gray one on the right, a blue front of the car. We're on this road. We have kind of like dark gray / reddish soil on both sides. Again, we have like fields to our left and right, but in the back this time we can see plenty of like, I think it's maybe sheep, and also dark hills, like forested hills, and a lot of like clouds kind of like hanging above the hills. We have these green poles with like the possum guards again. Are they ever Taz poles? I'm not getting that vibe. It could be. I want to go near like ACT, and we'll go near Yas, and we'll see where we are. It was Taz. Okay, we did get the 50-50 right, so I'm happy about that, but we failed to recognize Tasmania, and I guess they were Taz poles. I'm always so unsure. I feel like at times where I'm sure it's not Tasmania, and at times I'm like not even thinking of it, it is Tasmania, so that's super interesting. We have this like big palm tree over here. Okay. White outer, white dash middle. Something on the pole is like a black sticker, a white sticker, and like a reddish sticker. I don't know what animal this is, but maybe it's some sort of sheep. No entry, use other gate. Is this a bollard here or just like a rectangle? Huh. I don't know. Or I'm not entirely sure. I first thought Australia because of this tree. I don't know what kind of tree it is, but it feels like one I'd maybe see in like South Australia, so I'll go there. That was my first instinct. All right, we were in Australia, but we were in Victoria, actually closer to Kiabram. Okay. Okay, New Zealand bollard. Cool, so we're definitely New Zealand here. We have these pines on the left, which are very tall pines, and there's kind of leaves throughout all the different levels of the tree. We have a forested hill in the back, green box, mailbox, tall trees. What am I thinking with forests? Maybe like North Island, but closer to like this side, so I'll go near Rotorua. Okay, we're in South Island, but that's okay because we got the right country. We're in Hira Forest. Okay. Okay, Australia bollard, so right there. It's a very foggy coverage. Like I can't really see distinctive clouds in the sky. I can see the sky a little bit, but the clouds are very like much covering most of the sky, even though there's pokes of sunlight coming through. These trees and like the saturation and the sky, what is it giving? I feel like it's giving like Taz? Nope. We were in NSW, I think, technically, in Corilla National Park. Okay. So very far, but the right country, so we'll take it. 548. All right, well, we got 11K there. Let's keep going. All right, white outer, white dash middle, Australia bollard, so we know it's Australia. We have this tree that is like a darkish trunk and green, you know, bunches of like leaves and stuff on it. Mostly flat fields all around us. Sky is very blue. You can see distinctive clouds. It says something lane on that sign. These poles are not green, so I'm not thinking Taz. Oh, that pole is green though, so suddenly it's back on the table. We see a little bit of red dirt on like the pathway kind of off the main road, but that's not like the majority color of like the dirt around us, so I don't feel like it's like Western Australia. I'm leaning more like Southern Australia. I want to go near like Barmera. Okay, not horrible. We were in the wrong like region. We were in NSW, and I guessed in South Australia. We got 2,000 points there. We were closer to Rannoch and Methul. And Barry Jerry. That's an interesting name. All right, rectangular-ish pole. One coil on each side. It's giving New Zealand, I want to say, right? Those low-key look a little bit like piranha pines, but like not exactly. It's just like the tallness of like the branches and the trunk without any like, you know, leaves up until the top, but not like the shape of the pines. I don't know if that makes sense. Like it just reminds me a little bit of it. I'll go North Island near Auckland. All right, we were correct that it was North Island, but even further up on the North Island. And we got one for the 50-50 there. We're closer to Omapere. Okay. Left turn, something for sale. These trees. Kind of like a hilly neighborhood, like a little bit. We have a lot of like houses and stuff on the hill. This license plate has blue blur on the right, like upper corner, and then it kind of feels like a yellow blur on the bottom, like 20% of it or something like that, maybe going up the left side, but I don't know for sure. The street name is called Apolline. I don't see any yellow plates, so I'm not thinking NSW. Am I thinking New Zealand here or Australia? If it was Australia, I feel like I'd go South Australia, and if it was New Zealand, I'm thinking like North Island. So where do I think I am? Apolline Drive. I want to go in South Australia. I think I have a stronger vibe for that, but this one I'm not sure. I feel like this is the first like 50-50 where I was like, except for that one like random car that had like the orb trunk, the orb like hood thing that wasn't like a normal Google car. Yeah. All right, we'll take it. But we got the right country, even though we only got 1,000 points. Okay, reddish dirt, a little bit of like an orange or red color peeking out the front. We have these tall trees, but they have like bushes of like, you know, leaves throughout the whole of the tree. We have this gray sign here, and it has like a caution warning thing on it. There's a tire there, like in the ground, a 44 sign. Someone's house. Okay. Red dirt. What do I think here? For some reason, I want to go New Zealand. Is that an awful shout? I mean, I know it's like a 50-50, so it's one of the two. But the hilliness of what I see in the back makes me think New Zealand more than it does Australia. Yeah. I'll go here, and then if I'm wrong, it's okay. We'll learn from it. But I think that this will be okay. Okay, we could have been closer there. So I think if I thought about it more, the red dirt, as I've said previously, even in this video, more common in Western Australia, but I don't know why I got New Zealand vibes there. I guess I don't really guess in Western Australia all too much, like when I'm in duels, like I tend to hedge more towards NSW and South Australia, but that is a game and you'll learn from your mistakes, hopefully. So red dirt, white outer, white dash middle. Hopefully this is Western Australia, although I'm a little bit worried by the amount of like green I see around me, because usually it's not accompanied by so much like trees and stuff. I know that there's like a lot of like red dirt in other areas of Australia, but this is where it's most common, so I'll go here. And this is one of those cases I was talking about. We were in the right country, so we'll take one for the 50-50 streak, but we were closer to Kakadu National Park in Northern Territory. Okay, so if I see red dirt, I feel like it's Australia vibes. but there's like so much green foliage around me. Maybe we're in Northern Territory. Okay. All right, I got 6.9K, not my greatest round. I'm gonna play this map one more time and see if I can increase that 50-50 streak, and let's see how I do. All right, white outer, but it's kind of like tinged a little bit red because of the dirt on either side of it. We have Australia bollards, which would really help in a duel for making me think Australia over like New Zealand or like, you know, South Africa. We have these like houses in the back that are kind of like a tannish color. Are those ever Sobe poles? No, I don't think so, at least. Okay, red dirt. I have to go Western Australia here, I think. I'll go near Southern Cross on like Route 94. Okay, technically we were in the right region or province. We were in Western Australia, but Western Australia is huge. We were all the way closer to the top, so we only got 400 points there. We were on Route 1, closer to a city called Halls Creek. Okay. Ooh, the way that this coverage is like saturated is very unique. It's 2025 coverage. Did we have this location or a similar location before? I don't know what kind of pine this is, but I feel like this is something I've learned in some sort of like meta video at some point. Like this is very unique. Oh my god, we have moo-moos. Hello, moo-moos. I think that this is New Zealand? Or is it Taz? Ugh. Last time that I guessed was New Zealand and it was Taz. That's like the two I'm getting mixed up from. I think I want to go in. No, I want to go in Tasmania. I'll go in the middle. I was so close to go in New Zealand too. Okay, we were in North Island in New Zealand, and we were closer to a place called Parua Bay. Okay, so we got it wrong there, but that is okay. We have white dash middle. We have a lot of pines around us. Kind of a hilly left side. No bollards visible, but I see a giveaway sign on the left, like all the way in the distance, and I think that it has red text, if I'm not mistaken. A bunch of moo-moos on the side of the cliff. We love moo-moos, so hello moo-moos. I'll go in North Island, kind of closer to Auckland. All right, we'll take it because we were in the right country, and we got 1.7K. We're closer to Christchurch in the South Island. Okay. We have New Zealand bollards. Love to see it. Okay. So definitely going to get the right country here. There are, oh, mountains. Okay. What mountain is this? It's a big mountain range. So is it ever not Taranaki? Because I feel like that's just like one mountain, right? Like there's a whole like bunch more mountains down here in the South Island. So maybe I want to go near to like the Key, because it feels like there's a lot more mountains like down here, whereas I think like if I saw Mount Taranaki, like from what I remember from like my meta knowledge, it's like one huge mountain in the back, so I don't think it's that one. Okay, we were close. We got 4,000, which I'll definitely take for like a good region guess within New Zealand. I correctly identified that it was not Mount Taranaki because I kind of forgot before it wasn't like, you know, kind of like the range I saw in like this previous round. We're a little bit further north though on Lake Hawaii. Okay. White outer, white dash middle. It's very like muted colors, but I think that's because the clouds are very like overcast at the moment. We see Australia bollards, so we know we're in Australia. I'm getting the vibe that it's maybe southern, maybe close to like the NSW border or the Victoria border. I'll go down here near Lowenville and we'll see where we are. Okay, we were actually in NSW, but a lot further north. That is okay. Well, we got 7.4K, not bad. I don't know what my high score streak was for this 50-50 counter, but hopefully it was pretty okay. So that is going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video of me doing an Australia-New Zealand 50-50 map in Geoguessr. If you enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comments. I'll also have a map linked in the description if you want to try it out yourself. Thank you so much again for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to French Vanilla, and have a great day!